Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whenever you're watching this video. Welcome back, or welcome to Glenn's Ebike Adventures. Today, literally, I've been waiting every day this week for some nice weather, but as you can see, the weather's not looking too hot, and that's probably the footage of the best day we've had so far this week. So yeah, I thought I'd take this opportunity instead to because hopefully, fingers crossed, according to the weather, I've got a nice day next week. So I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to take the tracks out and this trailer and do a stealth overnight camp. But before we do that, because it's quite time consuming, I thought I'd go over what I actually take with me when I go camping. Obviously, I probably take quite a lot, to be honest with you. I've not managed to perfect the art of keeping everything minimal, but hopefully I have. But I'm sure as time goes on, I'll find better ways of doing things with smaller equipment, essentially. But yeah, I just wanted to show you exactly what I have in the trailer. Obviously, you can see there's no wheels and the tow bar's off because literally I have little space to store this with the wheels on. It just makes it so much bigger. So just for the purpose of the video, there's no wheels on, there's no tow bar. Right, let's go over what I take with me when I do a stealth camp. Now, bearing in mind, I've literally only just got this one section filled. Now, if you've seen the video of how I built it, there's also another section back here, which is open. And I haven't got anything in this at the moment. So some of the things that are in here will be transferred to there because one thing I haven't got here is I have a small backpack that I store all my food and water and sort of little other small bits in, essentially, and that goes inside here. But we'll have a look. We'll lift this back. Right, so first off, I've got my OEX ultra light chair for sitting on, so that always comes with me. Next up, I've got my this is my fire pit and barbecue, all in a nice bag, etc. Starting to get a bit grubby lately, but that needs a clean up, essentially. But yeah, that's my fire pit and barbecue in there. That's again. Right, what else have we got? So I've got what are we called? Our Viking Trax. This is a 4-season sleeping bag, so purposely good for sleeping in the winter and during the summer and spring months. Essentially, it's absolutely fine with. So yep, that's another good thing to take with me. Then we have our OEX Traverse XL5. Now this is a sleep mat. It's a self-inflating sleep mat, so it is a bit on the heavier, not heavy, but bulky side. So that's probably maybe one thing I'll be looking at in the future, is ways to, downsize some of these things, essentially. But yeah, very comfortable. It's got about 5 centimeter depth, so that's plenty of distance to keep you off the floor in the summer months, etc., spring months. Or like me, I take during the winter months especially, I take a cot bed, which we'll pull out of here in a minute. I'm sure it's in there somewhere. Anyway, so yeah, that's my sleeping mat that goes underneath my sleeping bag. Next thing I've got, right, so this is my tent heater. Now, I got this out and tested it a couple of weeks back on a video. Unfortunately, my CO2 detector, which you would need if you use one of these inside a tent, unfortunately it's broken, which is a bit of a pain. I've had to send off for a new one. Unfortunately, it's coming from Shenzhen, and I don't think I'm going to get it for another couple of weeks yet. So, and I already ordered it 2-3 weeks ago. So as soon as I realized that my CO2 detector was not working anymore. But yeah, I wouldn't advise that you go out with one of these in your tent without CO2 detector. Essentially, and a very sad situation, but 4 American people were discovered last year, and they're not the only ones, but they were found dead in their tent. They had a heater on. They left it on during the night while they all went to bed, and obviously that CO2 from the gas canister and everything built up, and yeah, they passed away in their sleep essentially. So it's very important to have a CO2 detector with you if you're using anything like this. But anyway, moving on. Okay, I've got my Euro Hike compact aluminum table. So you may have seen this on some of my videos as well. It's a small little table that just, you know, I can put things on and essentially gets them off the floor. Very good purchase. Very lightweight as well, to be honest, on that. Very well designed. What else have I got? Right, let's pull out the big thing. Okay, so I've got my Jackal 2 OEX tent. So this is a 2-man tent. Now the reason I have 2-man tent, because like I said before, I've got a cot bed. When that's up inside this tent, really it's a 1-man tent with room to store stuff, you know. So essentially that's why I went with this one. But yeah, again, quite lightweight. Everything's in there, all the poles essentially. But yeah. So what else have we got? Okay, so as I've mentioned a couple of times, here's my OEX ultralight cot bed. So this is a bed. Keeps you about 6 to 8 inches off the ground, I believe. Maybe a little bit, about that. But so essentially, I make up my bed. It's quite rigid, very difficult actually to get up. I don't know if that's something that's because it's new, or whether that will become looser in time. But I actually quite hurt my hand last time getting this thing up together. Some skin got pinched between some metal and a very tight fitting plastic leg, which actually it's only just about healed, and that was about 2 months ago. So yeah, be careful when making these things. But yeah, so I have my my cot bed, and on top of the cot bed then goes my mat, my OEX mat, and then on top of there goes my sleeping bag. But yeah, so that's another thing I take with me. Obviously, spring and summer months, I'm probably not going to need or want the need to take the bed. So it's pretty much purely for the summertime. Right, okay. Okay, so I've got my Bushcraft knife, which, you know, that's a 5.3 inch blade on there. Very, very sharp, very versatile. I've got a ferro rod on there as well, so I can make a fire essentially. But that goes with me as well, because I can use this for quite a lot of different things really. Because essentially I don't take an axe with me, but for smaller bits of wood, essentially I can still use this to split the smaller bits of wood you know, but anything big and chunky, you're going to need an axe. But this is absolutely fine for smaller bits of wood. Right, what else have I got? Okay, so we've all seen this bad boy. That's my tacarna, OEX tacarna single stove, solo stove rather. And there's a gas bottle in there as well. That's used for cooking. And oh, not to forget my my luxury pillow, because you know, we want to rest our head on something nice and comfortable. So that's a nice pillow that goes inside my sleeping bag. Once that comes out the bag, it's actually quite puffy and quite big, but it's nice that it sort of packs down into this small size, really. And next up, I've got the Eno Pro Fly tarp. Now, initially, I bought this purely for the bike, to protect the bike from the rain, essentially. But you know, it depends on what sort of use case. You know, if we are expecting rain, then this is going to go over the bike. If we're not expecting rain so much, then, you know, I'm going to have various uses for this tarp, essentially. Also, the tarp didn't come, I mean, it comes with guidelines and guide ropes, etc., but it didn't come with any poles. So I recently purchased a set of 2 poles, which come in this bag. Essentially, I think that goes to up to 2.6 meters, so, you know, well above head height. So if you did want your tarp to be used as a, you know, a stand-up undercover area to keep you out of the elements, you know, and away from the rain, then these are a godsend. And the last couple of things I've got in here, so I've got my camera case, and in my camera case I've got 3 different cameras and a whole host of batteries and cables, etc., because batteries don't last forever, so we need to keep them charged. All right, and then the last thing, I just have another small bag, and in this bag there's all sorts of different other camera equipment. The only two things that aren't in here, well, there's a few more things actually. I do have a collapsible saw, which you've probably seen on another video. That's just in another part of the house at the moment, being used for something else. That's why it's not in here, but it will be in there when I go camping. But yeah, so yeah, it's just a little camera bag essentially with a few extra bits. But yeah, as I said, I've still got a tripod and a camera on the tripod, which is actually filming me now. They're 2 more things that also go inside here. So I think that's about it. For what I actually carry inside the trailer. And as I said, yeah, it's we've got this other section here. I mean, all those items were just packed in there, but I've got this space here, which I can also use. Essentially, some of the bigger things, my tent, go in there. I generally put my tent. And what else? The other big thing. Oh, my sleep mat also goes down the side here, and a few other bits and pieces. And I tie that off on the end with a couple of bungee straps, essentially, just to stop anything from going forward or coming backwards and coming off of the trailer. So they're all tied down in there. But yeah, essentially, that's about all I take with me. And obviously, all of this equipment needs cleaning every time you take it out with you. You can't just leave it and hope for the best, unfortunately. You know, all these otherwise damages caused to, you know, all your camping equipment, and you'll soon find it'll, you know, it won't work, or it won't function as well as it used to, and then you'll just find yourself having to buy more equipment. So you really do need to be careful and make sure that you're cleaning this stuff on a regular basis every time you use it, essentially. Okay, so hopefully that about wraps this up. As again, I'm really sorry. I've tried to get out every single day this week. It's just been a no-go situation, really. Unfortunately, it's just one of those things. We've had hail, we've had gale force winds, we've had rain every single day. Hey, welcome to the UK. And really, that's just not conducive for going out on a bike ride, and especially on a camp. You know, there's not much fun to be had riding a bike in strong winds and rain. Essentially, you're just going to get soaking wet. The strong winds might even knock you off your bike. You know, so obviously, if you've got to go out on your bike and you're commuting to work, etc., then you know, absolutely fine. But you're doing that for a purpose, to go out and have fun in that sort of environment. Most people aren't really going to sort of enjoy that sort of experience anyway. So there's no point arriving somewhere all wet and cold, and then it's still going to be raining, and you've got to set up a tent, essentially. Unless, obviously, of course, you take more spare clothes with you, essentially. But yeah. But as I said, hopefully, fingers crossed, it's looking like we've got a good day next week. So, which actually is in a couple of days for me, because it's Sunday today. As I said, I've been waiting to make this video or a different type of video all week. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to get out because of the weather. So hence why I thought I'd do a little bit of a rundown on what I take out with me on this trailer, which is the Pass-Cycle trailer. I almost forgot the name then. Well, no, I did forget the name. That's why I had to look. But yeah, so yeah, if you haven't seen this trailer before, I do have a unboxing and build and my thoughts on the trailer, which I'm really happy with, to be honest. Absolutely fantastic bit of kit. Really can't fault it. But yeah. Anyway, hopefully, as I said, next week, you'll see me camping. So that just leaves me to say thank you very much for watching. If you've got any questions or anything you'd like to see me do, then please pop those comments in the box below and I'll do my best to answer them. But yeah, so if you like this kind of content, please hit that like and subscribe button and press that bell notification to get informed when we upload a video, essentially every Monday morning at 6 AM. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.